Hello, friend. Tonight, we leave behind the noise of the modern world and step into the quiet stone walls of a medieval monastery. There are no battles to fight, no kings to impress, and no great adventures waiting beyond the date. Instead, you will spend the day living the peaceful, repetitive life of a humble monk many centuries ago. Before we begin, take a moment to like this video and subscribe if you enjoy slow, relaxing history made for sleep. Now, dim the lights, get comfortable, and let your eyes grow heavy. The monastery wakes long before sunrise. A cold bell echoes through the silent halls, gently pulling every monk from his simple wooden bed. The room is dark, the air is chilly, and the only sound is quiet footsteps across the stone floor. Another calm day has begun, almost exactly the same as yesterday, and almost exactly the same as tomorrow. The morning air feels cool against your face as you quietly leave your tiny room. There is no talking. Silence is an important part of monastery life, allowing every monk to focus on prayer and peaceful thoughts. The stone hallway is lit by only a few flickering candles, their soft light dancing across the ancient walls. You follow the others into the chapel. Wooden benches stand in perfect rows, and everyone takes the same familiar place they have used for years. The first prayers of the day begin before the sun rises. The gentle voices of the monks fill the quiet room with slow, calming chants that echo through the high stone ceiling. Outside, the world is still asleep. Birds have not yet begun to sing, and a thin layer of morning mist covers the fields. For the monks, this peaceful beginning is not unusual. It is simply another quiet morning in a life built around faith, patience, and the same comforting routine every single day. As the final morning prayer comes to an end, the monastery slowly grows brighter. Soft golden light begins to slip through the narrow windows, gently warming the cold stone walls. No one rushes. Every movement is calm, careful, and familiar, just as it has been for generations. The monks quietly walk toward the dining hall for their first meal of the day. Breakfast is wonderfully simple. A piece of dark bread, a small bowl of warm porridge, and a cup of clean water are enough. On special occasions, there might be a little cheese or a few apples from the monastery garden, but most mornings remain modest. Conversation is still not allowed. Instead, one monk stands at the front of the room reading from a religious book, while everyone else eats in silence. The only sounds are wooden spoons touching bowls, gentle footsteps, and the distant singing of birds outside. It is peaceful, predictable, and perhaps one of the most wonderfully boring breakfasts in medieval Europe. After breakfast, the monks quietly begin their daily work. Every person has a simple task, and no job is considered more important than another. Some walk into the gardens to grow vegetables and herbs, while others sweep the stone hallways or repair wooden furniture. Everything is done slowly, carefully, and without complaint. You carry a small wooden bucket to the garden. The morning sun feels gentle, and tiny drops of dew still rest on the green leaves. There is no hurry. You pull weeds, water the plants, and enjoy the peaceful sounds of birds singing nearby. Hours pass without excitement. No crowds, no loud voices, and no surprises disturb the calm. For a medieval monk, this quiet routine is a blessing rather than a burden. Each simple task becomes another peaceful step through a life built on patience, faith, and steady daily work. As the morning continues, you are asked to help inside the monastery's scriptorium, the quiet room where books are copied by hand. Long before printing presses exist, every page must be written carefully with ink and a feather quill. It is slow work that demands patience and steady hands. You sit at a simple wooden desk beside a narrow window. Sunlight provides just enough light to see the faded letters. Every line is copied one word at a time. A single mistake means carefully scraping away the ink and starting again. The room remains almost completely silent. The only sounds are the soft scratching of quills across parchment and the occasional crackle from a nearby candle. Minutes turn into hours without much changing. It may seem unbelievably boring to us today, but for a medieval monk, preserving knowledge through quiet, careful writing is one of the most meaningful duties of daily life. By late morning, your fingers feel slightly tired from holding the feather quill. The careful writing comes to a gentle stop, and everyone quietly stands to stretch. No one complains or speaks loudly. The peaceful silence remains part of the monastery's daily rhythm. You step outside into the small courtyard. Fresh air fills your lungs as you slowly walk along a narrow stone path. A few birds rest in the trees, and a cool breeze moves through the garden. Everything feels calm and unhurried. Soon, the monastery bell rings once again, calling the monks back for another time of prayer. They gather inside the chapel with quiet footsteps, taking their familiar places on the wooden benches. The slow chants begin once more, echoing through the stone walls. It is another peaceful moment in a life where every hour follows the same gentle pattern, bringing comfort through simple routines and quiet devotion. Around midday, the bell rings once more, gently calling everyone to the dining hall for the main meal of the day. The monks enter quietly and take their usual seats at the long wooden tables. Nothing has changed since yesterday, and that is exactly how they prefer it. Today's meal is simple but filling. A bowl of vegetable soup, a slice of dark bread, and a few beans are served to each monk. Fresh water is poured into plain wooden cups. Meat is rare and usually saved for special occasions or important feast days. As everyone eats, one monk stands at a small lectern and slowly reads from a religious book. No conversation interrupts the meal. The only sounds are the quiet reading, the gentle clink of wooden spoons, and the soft breeze entering through the open windows. It is another peaceful, ordinary moment in the calm and wonderfully repetitive life of a medieval monk. After the midday meal, the monastery becomes even quieter. Many of the monks return to their daily duties without a single word. You are asked to work in the orchard, where rows of apple and pear trees stretch across the peaceful grounds. With a small basket in your hands, you slowly collect ripe fruit that has fallen onto the soft grass. The warm afternoon sun shines gently overhead, and a light breeze carries the scent of herbs and flowers through the air. Bees hum quietly as they move from flower to flower. There is no rush to finish. Every task is done with patience and care. Time seems to move more slowly inside the monastery walls. The hours pass almost unnoticed, marked only by the ringing of distant bells. In this calm and predictable world, even picking fruit becomes a peaceful routine that helps the mind grow still and ready for restful sleep. The afternoon sun slowly begins to soften, casting long shadows across the monastery grounds. Your basket is now full of fresh apples, and you carefully carry it back to the kitchen. Nothing about the journey is hurried. Every step is slow, steady, and peaceful. Inside the kitchen, a few monks quietly sort vegetables, slice bread, and prepare the evening meal. A large iron pot hangs above a gentle fire, filling the room with the comforting smell of warm soup. No one speaks unless it is truly necessary. After placing the apples on a wooden table, You help sweep the stone floor with a simple straw broom. It is an ordinary task, repeated day after day. Yet in the monastery, even the smallest chore has purpose. By working with patience and humility, the monks believe they are serving both their community and their faith, one quiet moment at a time. As the afternoon quietly fades into evening, the monastery bell rings once again. The warm golden light outside slowly turns softer, and the monks gently make their way back to the chapel. This evening prayer has been part of their lives for many years, arriving at the same time every single day. You sit on a smooth wooden bench, surrounded by peaceful silence. Soon, the familiar chants begin, rising slowly beneath the high stone ceiling. Their steady rhythm is calming, almost like gentle waves reaching a quiet shore. When the prayers end, no one rushes away. The monks leave one by one with slow, careful steps. Outside, the air feels cooler, and the first stars begin to appear above the monastery. Another simple day is nearly complete. It has been filled with prayer, work, silence, and routine, the quiet pattern that shapes the calm and wonderfully ordinary life of a medieval monk. As darkness gently settles over the monastery, the evening meal is served. Once again, the food is simple and modest. A bowl of warm vegetable stew, a piece of fresh bread, and a cup of watered ale or clean water are enough to satisfy the monks after a long day of quiet work. The dining hall remains peaceful. One monk slowly reads from a sacred text while the others eat without conversation. Candlelight flickers across the stone walls, creating soft shadows that dance with every gentle movement of the flame. When the meal is finished, each monk quietly washes his wooden bowl and cup before placing them back on the shelf. Nothing is wasted, and everything has its proper place. The day is almost over now. Outside, the night grows still, and the cool air carries only the distant sound of crickets, inviting everyone to prepare for another restful and wonderfully ordinary night. After the evening meal, the monastery becomes almost completely silent. The monks return to their small rooms, where only a simple bed, a wooden table, and a few personal belongings can be found. There are no comfortable chairs, no decorations, and no distractions from the outside world. You enter your small room and light a candle. The gentle flame creates a warm glow against the cold stone walls. For a moment, you sit quietly and reflect on the day that has passed. The prayers, the garden work, the writing, and the simple meals all followed the same peaceful rhythm. Outside the narrow window, the moon shines over the monastery fields. The world beyond the walls feels far away. There are no loud streets, no busy crowds, and no endless worries. Only silence remains. Slowly, the tiredness of the day begins to arrive, preparing you for a deep and peaceful sleep beneath the quiet roof of the medieval monastery. The candle beside your bed slowly burns lower as the night grows deeper. The monastery rests beneath a blanket of darkness, and every corner of the old stone building becomes quiet. The sounds of the day have disappeared, leaving only the soft whisper of the wind outside. You lie on a simple wooden bed, covered with a rough wool blanket. It is not luxurious, but after a long day of peaceful work, it feels comfortable enough. The monks are not searching for wealth or comfort. They have chosen a life focused on simplicity, discipline, and inner peace. Far away from busy towns and crowded roads, the monastery feels like a small world of its own. Tomorrow will bring the same prayers, the same tasks, and the same gentle routine. Yet for the monks, this repetition is not empty. It is a reminder that even ordinary moments can bring calm, meaning, and quiet happiness. The first hours of the night pass peacefully inside the monastery walls. Most monks are already asleep, resting after another day filled with simple duties. The quiet halls are empty now, and the candles that once brightened the rooms have almost completely faded. In the darkness, the monastery feels timeless. The thick stone walls protect everyone from the cold night air, while the wooden beams above create gentle shadows across the ceiling. Outside, the fields and forests remain still beneath the moonlight. For a medieval monk, nighttime is not a time for entertainment or excitement. There are no stories by glowing screens, no music playing in the background, and no distractions to keep the mind awake. Instead, the silence itself becomes a companion. As you slowly drift towards sleep, you realize that this peaceful routine has been repeated for hundreds of years. A simple life, a quiet room, and a calm heart are enough to complete another ordinary day in the monastery. Before sunrise arrives again, the monastery bell will soon call the monks back into another day of prayer and work. But for now, everything remains completely still. The sleeping halls are filled with quiet breathing, and the old building rests peacefully beneath the dark sky. You continue to sleep beneath your wool blanket, surrounded by the comforting sounds of the monastery. The faint movement of the wind, the gentle creaking of wooden beams, and the distant sounds of nature create a peaceful rhythm. Life inside the monastery may appear boring from the outside. The days are similar, the tasks are simple, and the world changes very slowly. Yet this sameness provides something many people today search for: peace. There is comfort in knowing what comes next. The monks wake, pray, work, eat, and rest in a cycle that has continued for generations. In this quiet world, every small moment has its own meaning. The gentle light of morning slowly returns to the monastery. A new day begins almost exactly like the one before it. The first sound is the familiar ringing of the bell, traveling through the quiet halls and waking the monks from their peaceful sleep. You slowly rise from your wooden bed and prepare for another day of simple living. There are no difficult choices waiting, no unexpected problems, and no need to hurry. The routine is already known. After washing your face with cold water, you put on your plain monk's clothing and walk through the silent hallway toward the chapel. Other monks move beside you with calm expressions, each person following the same path they have followed many times before. The morning prayer begins once again, filling the old stone room with soft voices. As the sun rises outside, the monastery awakens slowly, continuing its peaceful rhythm of faith, work, and quiet moments. After the morning prayers, the monks begin their daily responsibilities once again. The monastery does not have workers like a modern place. Everything needed for life must be created and maintained by the monks themselves. You walk toward the workshop, where some brothers are repairing tools and making simple wooden objects. The room smells of fresh wood and natural oils. Small pieces of furniture, farming equipment, and household items are carefully crafted by skilled hands. A monk quietly shows you how to smooth a rough piece of wood using a simple tool. The process is slow, but there is a peaceful satisfaction in watching something ordinary become useful. There is no need for speed or perfection. The monks value patience more than quick results. Each small action is performed with care and attention. In this quiet workshop, surrounded by the sound of gentle hammering and scraping wood, another ordinary day continues inside the peaceful medieval monastery. As the morning moves forward, you leave the quiet workshop and walk toward the monastery fields. Beyond the stone walls, wide green lands stretch beneath the soft sunlight. These fields provide much of the food the monks need throughout the year. Some monks are already working there, carefully planting seeds and caring for crops. Others are checking the herbs that grow near the garden paths. Every plant has a purpose, whether it is used for food, medicine, or simple decoration. You take a small wooden tool and begin helping with the soil. The work is repetitive, but the steady movement feels almost like meditation. The sound of the earth being turned, the gentle breeze, and the distant songs of birds create a peaceful atmosphere. There is no pressure to finish quickly. The monks understand the patience of nature. A seed cannot be forced to grow faster, and a harvest cannot be rushed. Like their own lives, everything follows a calm and natural rhythm. By late morning, the work in the fields begins to slow. The monks carefully clean their tools and return them to their proper places. Inside the monastery, everything has a location, and every object is treated with respect. Order helps create the peaceful atmosphere that surrounds daily life. You walk back through the stone entrance and enter a small room where herbs are stored. Medieval monks often grew plants that could be used for simple remedies. They learned about nature by observing which leaves, flowers, and roots were helpful. The room is filled with the gentle scent of dried herbs hanging from wooden beams. Bundles of plants rest neatly on shelves, waiting to be used. There is no excitement or mystery here, only quiet knowledge passed from one generation to another. As you organize the herbs, time seems to move slowly. The monastery remains calm, protected from the busy outside world, where the same peaceful routines continue year after year. The afternoon begins with another quiet moment of prayer. The monastery bell rings softly, guiding the monks away from their tasks and back into the chapel. The sound travels across the courtyard, through the gardens, and into the surrounding fields. You walk slowly with the others and take your familiar place inside the stone chapel. The room is cool and peaceful, with sunlight entering through small windows high above. The monks lower their heads and begin their prayers together. The gentle rhythm of their voices creates a calming atmosphere. There is no hurry, no loud movement, and no distraction. Each word is spoken with patience and focus. After the prayer ends, the monks return to their duties once again. Another part of the day begins, filled with ordinary tasks that may seem boring to the outside world. But inside the monastery walls, these simple moments create a life of stability, reflection, and quiet peace. After the afternoon prayer, the monks return to their quiet duties. You walk toward the library, one of the most peaceful places in the monastery. Tall wooden shelves line the walls, holding carefully preserved books written by monks from many generations. The room smells of old parchment and candle wax. A monk gently cleans a book cover, while another repairs damaged pages. Every movement is slow and careful, because each book is considered precious. You sit beside a small window and organize several manuscripts. Outside, the monastery garden remains silent. The peaceful afternoon passes slowly, with only the sound of turning pages and soft footsteps filling the ancient library. Inside the quiet library, the hours continue to pass slowly. The monks carefully protect every book, because knowledge is not easy to create or preserve. Each page represents the time, patience, and dedication of someone who wrote it by hand. You gently place a finished manuscript back onto a wooden shelf. The simple action feels meaningful in this peaceful place. There are no loud celebrations or rewards, only the quiet satisfaction of completing a small duty. Outside, the afternoon light begins to change, becoming softer and warmer. A few birds fly above the monastery roof, and the garden remains still. Life here moves at a gentle pace, where even the smallest tasks become moments of patience, focus, and calm reflection. As the afternoon slowly fades, you leave the library and walk through the peaceful monastery courtyard. The stone paths are familiar, and every corner of this place holds the memories of countless quiet days. A monk is sweeping fallen leaves near the garden wall. Another is carrying water from the well. These simple activities happen every day, yet they are an important part of monastery life. You help collect a few dry branches for the evening fire. The work is easy and calm. There is no pressure, only the gentle movement of your hands and the fresh scent of the outdoor air. The sun begins to lower behind the trees, creating a warm glow across the monastery grounds. Another ordinary day continues toward a peaceful evening, filled with the same comforting rhythm the monks have always known. The evening slowly arrives at the monastery, bringing a cooler breeze and softer light. The monks finish their final tasks before gathering again for evening prayer. Tools are cleaned, doors are closed, and everything is carefully placed where it belongs. You walk through the quiet halls and notice how peaceful the monastery feels at this hour. Candle flames begin to appear in small rooms, creating a warm glow against the old stone walls. Inside the chapel, the monks sit together once more. Their voices rise gently as they begin their evening chants. The familiar sounds fill the room, creating a feeling of comfort and calm. After the prayer, everyone prepares for the simple evening meal. Another day of work, silence, and devotion is almost complete, just like countless days before it. The monks enter the dining hall as the last light of the day disappears outside. Long wooden tables wait quietly, just as they have for many years. Everyone takes their usual seat and waits patiently for the meal to begin. Tonight's dinner is simple: warm soup, fresh bread, and a small portion of vegetables from the monastery garden. There are no fancy dishes or special decorations, but the meal is enough. As they eat, a monk reads aloud from a book, while the others listen in silence. The candlelight flickers gently across the room, creating a peaceful atmosphere. After finishing their meal, the monks clean their bowls and prepare for rest. The day has passed without excitement, yet it has been filled with calm moments, meaningful work, and quiet peace. After dinner, the monastery becomes quiet once again. The monks return to their small rooms, preparing their minds and bodies for the night ahead. There is no entertainment, no conversation, and no activity to keep them awake. You walk slowly through the candlelit hallway and hear only the soft sound of your footsteps. The thick stone walls hold the warmth of the day, while the cold night air waits outside. Inside your room, you place your simple belongings beside the wooden table. A small candle burns gently, creating a peaceful glow. You sit for a moment, thinking about the simple life you have lived today. The same routine will return tomorrow, but that repetition brings comfort. In the quiet monastery, every ordinary day becomes a chance to find peace, patience, and inner stillness. The night grows deeper, and the monastery slowly settles into complete silence. The candle beside your table becomes smaller as the flame gently moves in the quiet air. Outside, the moon shines over the empty fields and peaceful gardens. You lie down on your simple bed and pull the wool blanket over yourself. The wooden frame feels firm, but after a long day of work, it provides enough comfort for a tired body. Around you, other monks are resting in their small rooms. Everyone follows the same peaceful rhythm of sleep and waking, repeating a cycle that has continued for many generations. There are no worries about tomorrow's tasks because the routine is already known. Slowly, your thoughts become quieter, and the calm atmosphere of the monastery helps you drift into a deep and restful sleep. Before the sun rises, the monastery remains covered in peaceful darkness. The sleeping halls are still, and the cold night air rests quietly around the ancient stone walls. Only a few sounds can be heard: the gentle wind outside and the soft movements of the building. Soon the familiar bell will ring again, beginning another day of prayer and work. The monks have followed this schedule for years, and each morning arrives with the same calm feeling. You continue resting, knowing that there is nothing to rush toward. The simple life of a medieval monk is built around patience and acceptance. As the final hours of night pass, the monastery waits quietly for dawn. Another ordinary day is approaching, filled with familiar tasks, peaceful moments, and the gentle rhythm that defines life behind the monastery walls. The first rays of sunlight slowly appear over the horizon, touching the monastery fields with a soft golden glow. The quiet night comes to an end as the morning bell rings through the stone halls once again. You slowly wake and prepare for another peaceful day. The routine feels familiar now: washing, dressing, walking to the chapel, and joining the other monks for morning prayer. Inside the chapel, the candles still burn gently while the first light enters through the narrow windows. The monks begin their chants, creating a calm sound that fills the ancient room. After the prayer ends, everyone returns to their responsibilities. Some head toward the gardens, some return to their writing, and others begin repairing tools. The day has started again, following the same peaceful pattern that has guided the monastery for generations. The morning continues quietly as the monks begin their daily work. You walk toward the kitchen, where several brothers are preparing ingredients for the day's meals. Fresh vegetables from the garden are washed, bread is arranged, and simple preparations begin. The kitchen is warm compared to the cold stone hallways. A gentle fire burns beneath a large iron pot, creating a comforting sound. The monks move carefully, completing each task without unnecessary words. You help carry supplies from one corner of the room to another. It is not exciting work, but there is a peaceful feeling in helping the community. Outside, the monastery continues its slow rhythm. Birds sing near the trees, the garden grows quietly, and the old stone walls stand as they have for centuries. Another ordinary day moves forward with patience, simplicity, and calm. After helping in the kitchen, you return to the courtyard where the morning air feels fresh and cool. The monastery garden is peaceful, with rows of vegetables, herbs, and flowers growing beside the stone paths. A few monks are carefully caring for the plants. They remove weeds, loosen the soil, and check the health of each small plant. Their movements are slow and gentle, showing respect for nature. You pick up a small wooden basket and help collect herbs that will be dried for future use. The scent of fresh leaves fills the air as you walk between the garden rows. There is something calming about repeating the same simple actions every day. The monks do not search for excitement. Instead, they find happiness in quiet work, peaceful surroundings, and the steady rhythm of a life away from the noise of the outside world. As the morning sun rises higher, the garden becomes warmer and brighter. You continue helping with the plants, carefully placing herbs into small baskets. The work is repetitive, but the peaceful surroundings make every moment feel slow and relaxing. Nearby, an older monk teaches a younger brother how to recognize different plants. His voice is quiet and patient, sharing knowledge that has been passed down through many years. The monastery is a place where learning happens through simple experiences. There are no large classrooms or loud lessons. Instead, wisdom is gained through daily work, observation, and patience. After finishing in the garden, you wash your hands and prepare for the next task. The bell will soon call the monks again, reminding everyone that another peaceful part of the day is about to begin. The monastery bell rings softly, calling the monks away from their garden work. You slowly walk back toward the chapel with the others, following the familiar stone path beneath the warm afternoon light. Inside the chapel, the atmosphere remains peaceful. The candles flicker gently, and the high walls carry the quiet sounds of prayer. The monks gather together, leaving behind their daily tasks for a short moment of reflection. As the chants begin, your mind becomes calm. The slow rhythm and gentle voices create a feeling of deep relaxation. There is no need to think about the outside world or the passing of time. When the prayer ends, everyone quietly returns to work. The same cycle continues: prayer, labor, rest, and silence. For a medieval monk, this simple pattern is not boring. It is the foundation of a peaceful and meaningful life. After the prayer, you walk toward the monastery workshop once again. The room is filled with the quiet sounds of tools and careful hands at work. A few monks are repairing old wooden furniture, while others create simple items needed for daily life. You sit beside a wooden table and help smooth the surface of a small piece of wood. The process takes time, but there is a peaceful rhythm in every movement. Outside the workshop window, the monastery fields remain calm beneath the afternoon sky. Nothing changes quickly here. The seasons move slowly, and the days follow a familiar pattern. The monks understand that a quiet life does not need constant excitement. They find purpose in small responsibilities and simple actions. As you continue working, the gentle sounds around you create a relaxing atmosphere, making another ordinary moment inside the medieval monastery feel calm and complete. The afternoon slowly moves toward evening as you finish your work in the workshop. The wooden tools are cleaned and placed back in their proper positions. The monks believe that taking care of simple things is an important part of their daily discipline. You step outside and walk through the quiet courtyard. The shadows of the trees stretch across the stone paths, and a gentle breeze moves through the garden. Everything feels peaceful and familiar. A younger monk carries water from the well, while another gathers vegetables for dinner. These small tasks happen every day, yet they keep the monastery alive and organized. You pause for a moment and look around. There are no grand celebrations, no exciting events, and no sudden changes. Only the steady rhythm of work and rest continues. In this simple world, peace is found not in extraordinary moments, but in the beauty of ordinary ones. The evening air begins to cool as the monks prepare for the final hours of the day. You help carry a few baskets of vegetables toward the kitchen, where the evening meal is being prepared. Inside, the warm glow of the fire creates a comfortable feeling. The smell of fresh bread and cooked vegetables fills the room. The monks work quietly, preparing enough food for everyone. After placing the baskets down, you step outside and watch the sunset over the monastery fields. The sky slowly changes color, and the peaceful landscape becomes covered in soft evening light. The day has been filled with simple tasks, but each one had its own purpose. The monks do not measure their lives by excitement or achievements. Instead, they find meaning in patience, service, and the calm routine that repeats day after day. As the sun disappears behind the hills, the monastery bell calls everyone for evening prayer. The monks leave their final tasks and walk quietly toward the chapel. Their footsteps echo softly along the old stone hallway. Inside, the chapel is darker than before, with only candles providing gentle light. Everyone sits in silence before the evening chants begin. The familiar voices rise slowly, filling the room with peace and comfort. You close your eyes and listen to the calm sounds around you. The worries of the outside world feel distant, almost forgotten. Here, time seems to move more slowly. When the prayer finishes, the monks leave the chapel with peaceful expressions. Another day has passed in the monastery, a day filled with work, prayer, and simple moments. The quiet life of the medieval monk continues, unchanged and steady. The evening meal is ready, and the monks gather in the dining hall once again. The long wooden tables are illuminated by small candles, creating a warm and peaceful atmosphere. Everyone takes their usual place without hurry. Tonight's meal is simple, just like every other day. There is warm soup, fresh bread, and vegetables collected from the monastery garden. The monks eat slowly, appreciating the food they have prepared themselves. A quiet reading begins while everyone enjoys the meal. The voice of the reader moves gently through the hall, mixing with the soft sounds of spoons and candle flames. After dinner, the monks carefully clean their dishes and return everything to its place. The routine may seem repetitive, but it brings a sense of comfort and stability. Another peaceful evening inside the medieval monastery slowly comes to an end. After the evening meal, the monastery becomes quiet once more. The monks walk slowly through the halls, preparing for the final moments before sleep. The candles create small circles of light on the cold stone floors. You return to your room and place your simple belongings beside the wooden table. There is no need for many possessions. A quiet room, a warm blanket, and a peaceful mind are enough. For a short while, you sit beside the window and look at the dark fields outside. The stars shine above the monastery, and the night air feels calm and fresh. The life of a medieval monk may appear empty to many people today, but within these walls, every simple moment has meaning. The silence, the routine, and the peaceful surroundings create a life focused on patience and inner calm. The night becomes deeper, and the monastery slowly falls into complete silence. One by one, the candles are extinguished, leaving only the soft glow of the moon entering through narrow windows. You lie down on your simple bed and listen to the peaceful sounds around you. The old wooden beams gently move with the changing temperature, and the quiet wind passes through the courtyard. Far away, the outside world continues to change, but inside the monastery, everything remains calm. The monks have chosen a life where each day follows a familiar path. Tomorrow will bring the same bell, the same prayers, and the same duties. Yet this repetition creates a comforting rhythm. Slowly, your thoughts become peaceful, your body becomes relaxed, and you drift towards sleep while surrounded by the quiet atmosphere of the medieval monastery. The peaceful night continues, and the monastery rests beneath the quiet sky. The monks sleep in their small rooms, gathering strength for another day of simple duties. The thick stone walls protect them from the cold air outside. You remain comfortable beneath your wool blanket, feeling the calm atmosphere around you. There are no sudden noises, no distractions, and no worries demanding attention. Only silence surrounds the old monastery. Many centuries ago, monks lived this same way. Their days were shaped by prayer, work, and rest. They did not seek endless entertainment or busy schedules. Instead, they found peace in a slower way of living. As the night passes, the monastery remains unchanged. The gentle darkness, the quiet halls, and the simple rooms create a perfect place for deep rest and peaceful dreams. Before dawn arrives, the monastery remains completely still. The fields outside are covered with a light mist, and the old stone walls stand quietly beneath the fading darkness. Everything feels peaceful and untouched. Inside the sleeping halls, the monks continue to rest. Soon the familiar bell will announce the beginning of another day. The same routine will return once again, bringing prayer, work, and simple moments. You slowly become aware of the quiet sounds around you. The gentle wind, the distant movement of nature, and the calm feeling of the monastery create a peaceful beginning. A medieval monk's life was built around repetition. Many days looked almost identical, but this sameness provided comfort and stability. There was beauty in knowing what each moment would bring. As the night ends, the monastery patiently waits for another quiet morning to begin. The first light of morning slowly reaches the monastery walls. The darkness fades away, and the sound of the morning bell travels through the quiet halls once again. Another peaceful day begins. You rise from your bed and prepare for the familiar routine. The monks wash, dress, and walk silently toward the chapel. Every step feels natural because this path has been followed for many generations. Inside the chapel, the soft glow of candles mixes with the early sunlight. The monks begin their morning chants, creating a peaceful sound that fills the ancient room. After prayer, everyone returns to their daily responsibilities. Some monks head to the fields, others enter the library, and some begin work in the kitchen or workshop. The monastery continues its timeless rhythm, showing that even a simple and repetitive life can hold comfort, purpose, and quiet beauty. After the morning prayer, you walk toward the monastery's kitchen garden. The early sunlight shines across the plants, and small drops of water still rest on the leaves. The garden is one of the most important places in the monastery because it provides food and useful herbs. A few monks are already working quietly. They remove unwanted plants, collect vegetables, and prepare the soil for future crops. You join them and begin another simple task. The work feels slow, but the peaceful environment makes the hours pass gently. There is no loud noise, only the sound of birds, moving leaves, and careful footsteps on the soft ground. For the monks, gardening is more than a responsibility. It teaches patience and reminds them that everything in life grows gradually. With every seed planted and every plant cared for, they continue their quiet connection with nature. As the morning continues, the monks finish their work in the garden and carefully collect the tools. Everything is returned to its proper place, following the same organized routine practiced every day. You carry a small basket of fresh herbs back toward the monastery kitchen. The stone paths beneath your feet feel familiar, and the peaceful surroundings make the simple walk enjoyable. Inside the kitchen, the herbs are washed and prepared for future meals and remedies. A monk explains how each plant has a purpose and how generations of monks have learned from nature. The hours move slowly inside the monastery, but there is comfort in this steady pace. Nothing is rushed, and every action receives careful attention. Away from the busy world outside the walls, the monks continue living a quiet life built on patience, simplicity, and peaceful daily habits. After the garden work is complete, you return to the monastery courtyard. The warm sunlight covers the stone walls, and the peaceful atmosphere remains unchanged. A few monks sit quietly, taking a short rest before beginning their next duties. You notice how every part of the monastery has its own rhythm. The garden, the kitchen, the library, and the workshop all work together like parts of one quiet world. Soon the bell rings again, reminding everyone that another prayer time has arrived. The monks slowly gather and walk toward the chapel. Their movements are calm and familiar. Inside the chapel, the gentle chants begin once more. The sound fills the room and creates a feeling of deep relaxation. For a medieval monk, these repeated moments were not empty. They were small reminders of faith, patience, and the peaceful life they had chosen. After the prayer ends, the monks return to their responsibilities with calm minds. You walk toward the library again, where the quiet atmosphere feels almost separate from the rest of the monastery. Inside, the shelves are filled with handwritten books created by patient hands. Each manuscript represents countless hours of careful work. The monks treat these books with great respect because they preserve stories, knowledge, and teachings from the past. You help organize a few pages and carefully place them on wooden shelves. The task is simple, but it requires attention and patience. Outside the window, the monastery garden moves gently in the breeze. The peaceful view makes the library feel even more relaxing. Hours pass quietly as you continue working. In this world of silence and routine, even organizing old pages becomes a meaningful part of the slow and peaceful life of a medieval monk. The afternoon slowly arrives, and the monastery remains calm beneath the gentle sunlight. After finishing your work in the library, you walk outside and enjoy a quiet moment in the courtyard. The stone walls around you have stood for many years, watching generations of monks live the same peaceful routine. The world beyond the monastery continues to change, but life here moves at a much slower pace. You sit near a small garden path and listen to the sounds of nature. Birds sing softly, leaves move with the breeze, and distant footsteps echo through the halls. Soon, another task awaits. You help repair a small wooden bench that has become worn with time. The work is simple, but caring for these objects helps maintain the monastery. Another peaceful afternoon passes, filled with patience, silence, and the gentle rhythm of ordinary life. The wooden bench is carefully repaired, and you place the tools back in the workshop. The task is finished, but the peaceful feeling remains. In the monastery, completing even a small duty brings a sense of satisfaction. You walk through the courtyard as the afternoon light begins to soften. The monks continue their work quietly around you. Some are preparing food, some are studying, and others are caring for the monastery grounds. Everything happens at a gentle pace. There is no rushing from one activity to another. Each moment is given enough time and attention. You begin to understand why the monks accepted this simple lifestyle. Their days may seem repetitive, but the routine creates a feeling of stability and calm. As another evening approaches, the monastery prepares to follow the familiar cycle of prayer, meals, and peaceful rest once again. The evening light slowly covers the monastery with a peaceful golden glow. The monks finish their final duties and begin preparing for the evening prayer. The familiar bell rings softly, guiding everyone back toward the quiet chapel. You walk along the stone path with the other monks. The air feels cooler now, and the sounds of the day slowly disappear. Inside the chapel, candles shine gently against the old walls. The evening chants begin, creating a calm atmosphere that feels almost like a peaceful song. Every voice joins together, filling the room with harmony and silence between each note. After the prayer, the monks leave quietly and prepare for dinner. Another day has passed in the monastery, filled with simple work, reflection, and patience. The life of a medieval monk continues, steady and unchanged, offering a world of calm, away from noise and hurry. The monks gather in the dining hall as night slowly approaches. The candles on the wooden tables create a warm and peaceful atmosphere. Everyone takes their usual place, following the same tradition that has continued for many years. The evening meal is simple but nourishing. There is warm soup, fresh bread, and vegetables prepared from the monastery garden. The monks eat quietly while one brother reads from an old book. The sound of the reading mixes with the gentle movements of the dining hall. There are no loud conversations or distractions, only a calm moment shared by the entire community. After the meal, you help clean the wooden bowls and return them to their shelves. The small task feels familiar and comforting. As the night continues, the monastery slowly becomes silent again, preparing everyone for another peaceful rest. After the evening meal, each monk quietly returns to his small room. The stone hallways are dimly lit by a few candles, and every step echoes gently through the ancient monastery. The day is almost over, and a deep sense of calm fills the air. You enter your simple room and close the wooden door behind you. A small candle burns beside the bed, giving the room a soft, golden light. There is nothing unnecessary here, only the few items needed for a peaceful life. You spend a few quiet moments in reflection, thinking about the prayers, the work, and the peaceful rhythm of the day. Outside, the night sky is clear and filled with stars. Soon the candle grows shorter, and another quiet night gently welcomes you into restful sleep. The candle finally burns low, and the room becomes darker with each passing minute. You gently lie down on your wooden bed and pull the warm wool blanket over your shoulders. The mattress is simple, but after a full day of quiet work, it feels perfectly comfortable. Outside, the night breeze moves softly through the trees surrounding the monastery. Every now and then, the distant hoot of an owl breaks the silence before everything becomes peaceful again. The monastery sleeps as one quiet community. Behind every wooden door, another monk rests, ready to wake before sunrise and begin the same familiar routine. There is something comforting about knowing tomorrow will be much like today. In this calm place, where every hour follows a gentle rhythm, peace is found not through excitement, but through simplicity, patience, and quiet devotion. Before the first light of dawn, the monastery remains wrapped in complete silence. The moon hangs above the ancient rooftops, while a cool breeze drifts across the quiet gardens and empty courtyard. Every room is still, and every monk rests peacefully. As you sleep, the worries of the outside world seem far away. There are no crowded streets, no busy markets, and no urgent news waiting to be heard. Only the gentle sounds of nature fill the night. Soon, the familiar monastery bell will welcome another ordinary day. The same prayers, the same simple meals, and the same peaceful work will return once again. For many people, such a life might seem endlessly repetitive. Yet within these old stone walls, that gentle repetition brings comfort, purpose, and a deep sense of lasting peace that never feels rushed. The eastern sky slowly begins to brighten as a new day quietly approaches. The stars gradually fade, and a gentle mist settles over the monastery fields. Soon, the peaceful silence is broken by the familiar sound of the morning bell. You wake slowly and sit on the edge of your simple wooden bed. The room is cool and the air feels fresh. After a quick wash with cold water, you put on your plain robe and step into the quiet hallway. Other monks emerge from their rooms with calm expressions, greeting the new day without speaking. Together, you walk toward the chapel as the first golden light enters through the narrow windows. Another ordinary morning has begun. The familiar rhythm of prayer, work, and peaceful silence continues, offering comfort in its steady and unchanging routine. The morning prayer ends, and the monks quietly leave the chapel. Fresh sunlight now fills the courtyard, making the old stone walls glow with a gentle golden color. The air is cool, carrying the scent of herbs and damp earth from the garden. You are asked to help draw water from the monastery well. With a wooden bucket and a strong rope, you carefully lift the cool water and carry it to the kitchen. It is slow, steady work that has been repeated every day for generations. As you walk across the courtyard, birds sing from nearby trees, while a soft breeze moves through the grass. No one rushes. Every task is completed with patience and care. In this peaceful monastery, even carrying water becomes a quiet moment of reflection, reminding you that simple duties can bring lasting peace and contentment. After carrying water to the kitchen, you quietly make your way toward the monastery bakery. The warm smell of fresh bread fills the air long before you reach the doorway. Inside, a few monks are already kneading dough with slow, practiced movements. You help place small loaves onto a wooden table, preparing them for the stone oven. The fire burns gently, warming the room while the bread slowly begins to bake. There is no hurry. Good bread, like a peaceful life, takes time. As the loaves rise, the bakery becomes filled with a comforting aroma. The simple smell brings a quiet sense of happiness to everyone nearby. When the baking is finished, the fresh bread is carried to the kitchen for the day's meals. Another ordinary task is completed, adding one more peaceful moment to the gentle rhythm of monastery life. The morning continues, and the monastery slowly becomes more active. Although the monks live quietly, many small tasks must be completed to keep their home peaceful and organized. You help arrange supplies in the storage room. Wooden shelves hold jars of grains, dried herbs, and other simple necessities collected throughout the year. Everything is carefully placed, so nothing is forgotten or wasted. A senior monk quietly explains that patience and order are important parts of their lifestyle. By caring for small things, they learn discipline and responsibility. After finishing the work, you step outside into the courtyard. The sunlight feels warm, and the sound of birds fills the air. The monastery remains far away from the busy world outside its walls. Here, time moves slowly. Every simple action becomes part of a peaceful routine that has continued for centuries. As the afternoon approaches, the monks continue with their familiar responsibilities. You walk toward the courtyard, where a few brothers are repairing the stone pathway. Years of rain and footsteps have slowly changed the old stones, and careful hands are needed to restore them. You join the work, gently placing small pieces of stone into the ground. The task requires patience, because every piece must fit correctly. There is no rushing, only steady movement and quiet focus. The monastery teaches that even small repairs are valuable. A strong community is built by many simple actions, performed with care. While working, you notice the peaceful sounds around you. The soft movement of leaves, the distant voices of monks, and the gentle sunlight create a relaxing atmosphere. Another ordinary moment passes, showing the quiet beauty hidden inside the simple life of a medieval monk. The final evening arrives at the medieval monastery. The familiar bell rings one last time for this peaceful journey, calling the monks to evening prayer. You walk through the old stone halls and remember the simple moments that filled each day. The prayers, the gardens, the books, the workshops, and the quiet meals all followed the same gentle rhythm. A life that once seemed boring from the outside revealed something deeper. Peace can be found in simplicity. As the monks return to their rooms, the monastery becomes silent beneath the stars. The candles slowly fade, and the old walls rest once again. Thank you for joining this relaxing journey through the most ordinary life of a medieval monk. If you enjoyed this sleepy history story, subscribe for more peaceful adventures from the past. Now close your eyes, relax, and let yourself drift into a deep, restful sleep.